I love movies that make you have a conversation.
Well, so do I.
So we just watched Carry On, the Netflix movie starring Taron Egerton. Is it Egerton or Edgerton? There's Joel Edgerton and Taron Egerton.
I get.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Eggsy.
Eggsy, yeah. Jason Bateman. It also stars Jason Bateman and Sophia Carson. This just was released on Netflix on December 13th. This is a PG-13 movie. It was an hour 59 minutes. And here's the write-up. A mysterious traveler blackmails a young TSA agent into letting a dangerous package slip through security and onto a Christmas Day flight.
Yeah, that's what happened.
So, Jason Bateman plays the terrorist.
The mysterious traveler.
Taron Eggsy.
Taron Eggsy.
plays the TSA agent. I guess we'll start with ratings and go from there.
Ooh, okay.
So what's yours?
I give it a 5.
Okay. I'm giving it a 6.
I thought we'd be farther apart. I really did. I thought you'd like it more than I did.
Oh, no. I'm sure I liked it probably less than you did.
What?
But we'll see.
I was ready to walk away halfway through.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. We don't talk about the movies when we watched them. So
no, we don't talk about it until right now.
I opened with movies that make you have a conversation. So there is a big conversation in here, right? This is a mixture of Phone Booth. Everyone remember Phone Booth with Kiefer Sutherland and Colin Farrell?
Enough of it.
It's a mixture of that and Die Hard and Nonstop, Liam Neeson. And the director of this actually directed Nonstop, so you're going to feel the same way. But those were good movies. This one, first off, well, to finish that thought, there is a conversation, and we did kind of say something in the middle of it. If you were a TSA agent and someone did this to you, they give you this earpiece and they tell you they're going to kill your wife, girlfriend, mother, daughter, who knows, unless you let this package go through your line, there is that moral question there, right? What do you do?
What would you do? Do
you save your one person and kill many? That's the whole philosophical question all the time.
Yep.
Or, do you try and save more people and let your loved one die by doing so? It's a tough question.
Yeah.
It's a very tough question.
Or do you try to save everybody, and how would you do it?
And they make it very clear in this movie that's not an easy thing to do.
That is next to impossible.
Yeah. Because, the terrorist walking around in full black with a big backpack and stuff is not suspicious whatsoever.
Not at all.
But,
not at all.
So my first big gripe about this movie is I believe Taron Egerton was miscast. I love him. I love all the Kingsman movies. I thought that Apple show that I don't remember what he did was fantastic. I think he's great. This was not the right role for him.
Oh, that's interesting. That was one of the least bothersome things about it for me.
Oh, I thought he was... and here's this in the setup in the beginning, it's like, oh, he wants to be a cop. He wants to go back to cop school or whatever it is.
Cop school. Hey, let's go be cops.
I felt like he was such a wuss throughout most of the movie that I was like, this dude wanted to be a cop. I thought he was just such a baby. He couldn't throw a punch. He couldn't do anything. It was so annoying to me.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was Taron's choice. Like, again, and I'm trying to read facial cues because that's all I can do. And his face most of the time looked like he wanted to cry and hide in a corner.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So that was what I got from that.
Okay. All right. Whew. So I think I think the things you're talking about are what made his performance probably pretty good, because somebody in that situation, I think, no matter how tough a guy you are. Now, in the beginning of his situation, he's trying to be a badass guy. But then it becomes obvious to him that it's going to be next to impossible because these terrorists figure out a way to watch him so closely that he can't get away with anything.
Hmm.
And that's when I think the realization starts to set in. I think that was his acting of, oh my God, this is, there's nothing I can do here. I think that's what I chalked it up to.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that from him.
Okay.
I also thought it tried way too hard. The tropes of Die Hard and all these movies were exactly there. It was just, I mean, to the point where even at the end where he's in the ambulance with his girlfriend and the cop that helped him walks up so they can have their exchange. I'm like, can we not do something?
Yeah. Well,
like,
okay.
I mean, it was too close to all of these movies.
Yeah. This movie is, there are so many ridiculous parts to it. And those are some of them, the ones that are, they're not even paying homage to other movies. They're like,
then there were others that were just ridiculous. Like you said, like she's running, she has to go to the bottom level of LAX to a parking lot, to a booth where there's a cop. There are cops everywhere all over LAX. And she's running through trying to find the one that's...
How is it all these things that are happening are in areas where there's huge areas where there's baggage going to and fro and all over the place, and there's nobody else around.
Tell me where these areas of LAX are, because normally
they aren't.
I'm surrounded by people.
This went way past artistic license to total non-believability.
Yeah. It was also too long, of course.
Oh my God.
It dragged and dragged and dragged, and it was like, oh, well, but let's throw in this one thing. We haven't done that yet in this movie. Let's do the next thing.
The whole opening. I mean,
well, the whole thing with the cop figuring out what's going on, like, it was a lot. It was a lot of stuff. It would have been fine if he had figured it out. But again, to involve someone else, and she's got to figure out what's really going on and
well, there were so many parts that defied believability that, 30 minutes in, you're like, I don't believe any of this.
Right.
I just can't believe any of this.
Even on the plane at the end, that he can just walk to the back and open the thing and go down to the, it's like, again, when do you never see on a plane that the flight attendants are around? Okay.
There are Marvel movies that are more believable than this one.
Hey.
I'm being honest. I'm being serious.
Those are all believable.
Ooh, well, okay.
Don't
Okay.
bring those in to compare to this movie.
I unintentionally struck a nerve.
Sorry. I still give it a 6, and here's why. Here's how screwed up my head is. When this is, well, it's Netflix, so it's never going to be on the movie channels. But in my head, if it came on the movie channels, I would stop and watch it. Why? Because I like the intense feeling of watching stupid stuff like that. So it's just, I'm just.
And situations of tension are so not my thing. I do not.
Yeah, he was freaking out like it was super intense, and it really wasn't. Compared to the Idris Elba movie or show, it was not. But
to me, it was way more intense than Flight with Idris Elba. So comment down below if you watch this and you agree with me that it was more tense than a lot of movies. Let me know. I need some backup on this, because she kept saying
backup.
She was calling me a wuss for I was sitting there cringing.
Well, first off, knowing that you weren't even enjoying it now, I'm like, how could you be freaked out by how intense it was when you're sitting there really, and it was just so stupid? So I don't understand how both can be true.
I can separate tension from dumbness.
Reality? Okay.
Dumbness?
I
don't think that's what I mean. Dumb.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my 6. You're sticking with your 5?
I may revise it downward. I mean, I'll stick with the 5.
Here's the thing. If I think people probably will watch this and probably will like it. I think we're being really harsh, but it was too much of ruining good things. Like some of these tropes I really love in movies when they're done well.
Well,
but this one just was, and to me it was him. I think someone else should have been cast in it, and even Jason Bateman. I get a little, the winking terrorist like sometimes gets annoying, but whatever.
Yeah.
He always winks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's up to you. I think everyone's, I'm sure, gonna watch it. Are they? I mean, even down to the Christmas intro song and the Christmas exit song. Like, could you try harder to be a diehard? Like, it's Christmas Eve. It's all the same. I couldn't believe it.
I can believe it.
Leave Die Hard alone, people.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
That's it.
I cannot recommend this movie. Do not watch it. But
That was like pen drop.
Pen drop. Edgar Allan Poe would go, oh.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, it's the first name I thought of.
That used a pen?
That used a pen. You are for me.
Okay.
Hemingway would be like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Okay.
That's it.
We're good.
Subscribe if you haven't yet.
Yes. If you don't hate us, please subscribe. We have lots more reviews coming out. And yeah, that's it.
But if you did watch it, please comment below if
what
we're
did you
missing
think?
something,
Yeah.
if we were way off, or if you agree with us. We'd love some feedback to let us know that it's not just us.
Absolutely.
That it's truly a terrible movie.
I wouldn't say it's a terrible movie. It's
a
just
terrible movie.
it wasn't great.
Okay, it wasn't good.
It wasn't. Yeah.
It wasn't terrible.
Wasn't bad. Just wasn't good.
Wasn't good.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks you guys so much for sticking around. Like we said, subscribe, like the video,
Please give us another chance.
and we will see you next time. Thanks for
I hope
watching.
so. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.